Good afternoon, everyone. Hey guys, this is Bruce Marshall from Simpler Trading doing the nightly market update for Wednesday, December the 6th. So happy Wednesday, happy hump day. Hope you were short today because we had a pretty big free fall here today from this. This is the light gray, that's the overnight session. The black is the cash session today. So we opened up overnight, up, right to 4,600, 45.98. So basically 4,600 here on the ES. And then just really fell all day long down to 45.52. So that was about 46-point drop, basically straight down. And it sure looked good earlier today after rising in the overnight session. Everything looked good. We had numbers here this morning, and everything was looking great and all that kind of stuff. And I'm not really sure what I was doing a lot of trading and doing some room sessions and stuff like that. I didn't see anything specifically to cause that, but we've gotten way ahead of ourselves, I think, in the market. If you watch the video I did last week or the week before, I've been saying the same thing. This thing, the rubber band stretched pretty tight. We've gotten pretty extended. Now that does not mean that we can't keep going up, but let's take a look at it and see. So that's what happened today. If we go back here to, let's do a 20-day chart, and this is the chart I showed in last week's video showing that we, it chop. This is our voodoo tree line. We gap up to the one above it, and we chop, have a hard time getting through it, and then we just gap up here, and we fail off the tree line, stay below it, chop, and then we get on the upper side of it, and it's support, and we're chopping here. If we take this one step further and we go out on a yearly basis, and let me flip this over and show you what I'm looking at here. I mean, we all know, if you've been watching the market at all, you know that we have took a really sharp turn off the low there. We were deeply oversold, coming down, sold off, bounced, thought we were going to do something good here, sold back off, bounced, thought we were going to do something good here, and then we just couldn't get anything going, and we never got above the 34 EMA right here until this turn. And off that bottom, we're basically 4,100, and we're basically 4,600. So that's about, that's a pretty decent 500-point move, basically straight up. So what I think we're doing, and what it appears that we're doing, is we're kind of taking a break here, and we're kind of pulling back down. You can see that's where we ended today. It looks like we're running out of gas here, running out of steam, taking a breather, all that kind of stuff. And it would not surprise me if we come back down here to these 34 EMAs, catch our breath. Even, that may even mean we flush tomorrow or Friday or something like that. I'm not sure. To then take a run higher into the end of the year. Now, the thing we have to do to also look at this is to realize that Friday we have payrolls, which could be it will be a big deal as far as a data point coming out that may give us, more ammo for the upside, or more if the numbers are bad, it could force us even lower. And there's no way to tell right now. But what's even bigger than that, and you got to know this stuff, you got to be on the lookout for this stuff. Next Tuesday is CPI, which is our inflation gauge, and that will be a big number that comes out. Inflation has been, it's kind of a bell curve. It's been rising. In the last 3 or 4, it started to come down, and what happens, when it comes down enough, then we'll get back into we'll get into a rate cut area here instead of a rate hike area here, and that's we're much closer to that now. The other thing is that we have, so the 12th, next Tuesday, is CPI. Next Wednesday before the market is PPI, and then during the day, we have Fed on the 13th. We have Fed meeting the 12th, 13th. They'll announce what they're going to do on the 13th. And of course, they're not going to raise rates. That's probably done for by now. But the payrolls that come out here on the 8th and the CPI and the PPI will have a lot to do, a lot of influence on what happens and what the Fed says they're going to do. So what I think is it makes sense to me. I don't know if it'll happen or not, but we pull back down into this Fed meeting. The Fed wants to keep everything calm and all that kind of stuff, has a little dovish talk and says anything that encourages the market, and we head back up here into the end of the year. Now that, you see that little light gray line right there, that's the end of the year. We don't have far to go. Earlier I was positioning and thinking that we would take this out like right here. I was thinking we'd be at 47, 4800. We've done all this and we're still kind of where we were several months ago, right? Now I'm thinking 4600, 4700 is probably about all we're going to get out of this market for the rest of the year. But who knows? We'll see what data points come out and what the Fed says and all that kind of stuff. The last piece of the puzzle is maybe we get a Santa rally. That's usually only the last week of the year, the last 4 or 5 days of the year. A lot of people are saying it's happening now or it's already happened, and that's probably not. Don't think so. We'll see, but again, the market needs a breather here in order to make the next run higher. And what I'm talking about here, if you look at the chart, something like that, pull back. As you can see here, that's only probably a I don't know, 1, 2, 3 day pullback and then straight back up. 1, 2 day pullback and then we're back off, to higher highs. And that would be great. Again, that's kind of the textbook way that it should work, but who knows? Who knows what the CPI is going to come in like? Who knows what the Fed's going to do? That kind of thing. But the point is, if you're long, I would tighten up stops. I would, I don't know that I would take a lot of profit, but maybe hedge yourself or take some profit. If we pull back, I would buy the dip. I would not be shorting this market. There are too many positive things that can give us enough tailwind that I think we go higher. We'll get into first quarter after the end of the year and all that kind of stuff. There's always, a little, again, Santa rally and all that kind of stuff into the end of the year, but then, reality sets back in after next year starts, and we get into, okay, how are earnings going to look, and when is the Fed going to start cutting rates? The market's already worried about cutting rates now, which I think may be further off, but again, we shall see. And it's all data driven, data dependent, so we just don't know. But if you're trading this market, you've been listening to us here, you've probably been pretty long all through this. It's been good. We've made money. Everything's great. Just kind of protect your profits into the end of the year. And I am looking for more upside, but more likely a pullback first and then some more upside. So we shall see. And I'm being very careful. I've only got a handful of trades on, and again, I'm being very, very careful here because I've had a good year and I want to protect it. So, and I think most people are. So anyway, that's what I've got for us. I don't have anything as far as individual names that are really jumping out that look great to me. So I'm just mainly trading the indexes, the S&P, the RUT, and the NASDAQ, the Qs, things like that. But let's see what we get over Friday and then Tuesday. I will do another video next Wednesday after the Fed. Join me for that, because that will be the game changer. That will set the tone into the end of the year. So be sure and try to catch that next Wednesday afternoon. So thanks for the time. I appreciate it. If we can help, come join us at Simpler Trading. Join me in the bias room, which I run, or the main room. In the bias room every day. I'm in the main room 3 times a week. So let me know if I can help. So thanks for the time, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care.
Without simpler trading, I could not have financial independence.
This is one of the best investments I ever made in my life.
It's helping me find consistency.
It's one of the things that won me